Matt, the reason that people care about this is because Lindsay Clancy's not the only woman on the planet. Believe it or not, there are other women. They're still going through it. silly women. They should just get over it, bottle it up like you do. Go smash some little things in your little boy room. But yeah, they're still going through it. And they probably don't want to end up like that. And so by drawing attention to a case of someone who needed help and a tragedy came of them not getting help, they hope that maybe help can be offered to others in the future. This one's going to be a little bit heavier than a lot of the stuff I talk about, a little bit making me sad. This one is just something that was really actually bothering me, actually legitimately getting to me. Yes, I am triggered. You got me. I'm upset about this. So this is sort of about that Lindsay Clancy case, but it's also not about the Lindsay Clancy case. I haven't actually followed the case myself. I don't know the details of what's going on with it. Generally, I know what's happening. A woman tried to end herself and tried to, from what I understand, take her children with her. The children didn't survive. She survived. She's now disabled. My understanding about like sort of the political dynamic that's coming out of that is that there was a lot of signs early on that she was really struggling postpartum and she was having a lot of trouble, and that essentially the system failed her. There was some understandable outcry, essentially pointing out that this is a tragic outcome of a failing system. So these absolute loser wankers took that story where something tragic happened, a tragedy happened. I guess some people out there were asking for some understanding of the complexities surrounding the tragedy, and they ran with it as like all women are evil. Women these days are all evil. Something is fundamentally wrong with them. And I think it's concerning, and I think it's hostile, and I think it's aggressive, and I think they have really revealed their just absolute hatred for women, and I think it's dangerous. I think it's legitimately dangerous. I don't want to speak for them. I want their words to speak for themselves. So let's see. Matt Walsh, the OG, the originator, as far as I can tell, of this new moral panic. So it's 8:30 a.m. Australian time, and this was 2 hours ago, wherever the fuck Matt Walsh lives.
In a just society, or at least a vaguely sane one, the only debate we'd be having about Lindsay Clancy is what method of execution to use, and whether or not it should be done publicly. It should.
Okay. So calling for public execution of... Okay. That seems unnecessarily vitriolic and hostile, but 2 hours ago, okay. Okay, so a day ago, thousands of black people rallied around Carmelo Anthony, who stabbed a white kid to death. Now thousands of women are rallying around Lindsay Clancy, who strangled all of her children to death. We've been told for years about the radicalization of young white men, but it seems that the worst and most psychotic forms of radicalization are happening in pretty much every group but that one. Oh wow, great. Angry white man who hates women. There's nothing wrong with you, but everyone else is an extremist radical. I can't see how that would encourage violence. There is a 100% overlap in the Free Britney dipshits from a few years ago who claim... There is a 100% overlap between the Free Britney dipshits from a... God damn it! I swear I can read, guys. I swear I can read. There is a 100% overlap between the Free Britney dipshits from a few years ago who claimed that an obviously unstable crazy lady should be free to do what she wants and have total control. Sorry? Sorry? What? What? Britney Spears shouldn't be allowed to do what she wants? Because you think she looks a little crazy? Matt, you look fucking insane to me. From where I'm standing and where, like, a majority of normal people are standing, you look like an absolute lunatic. I guess we should put you in prison or something?
I guess we should put you in prison or something?
Okay, that's actually... No, you're onto something. And the blame the system dipshits today who claim that Lindsay Clancy's crimes are the fault of her husband and doctors for not taking away her freedom and her access to her own kids ahead of time. Nobody was asking that. What the fuck? Does support help? Does that... Okay, whatever. I don't need to nitpick. You guys understand this is crazy. These dipshits have no principles at all. No point. They are zombies who mindlessly jump onto whatever bandwagon TikTok tells them, and the only thread that connects one cause to the next is simply the determination to, no matter what, absolve women of any and all fault.
Hey, crazy dudes out there, women can and should be your punching bags.
I mean, is that not what you're getting from this? Kind of justifying violence that happens to them. This is what I mean when I say this sort of stuff is dangerous. I don't mean in like a theoretical kind of way. Dangerous to the dialogue or blah, 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 blah. I mean like physically dangerous to women, because there are a lot of, let's face it, not all men, but there are a lot of men out there who have emotional problems, a lot of men who have no impulse control, a lot of very violent men, a lot of alcoholic men.
And it's pretty easy to influence them when you're targeting their insecurity and anger towards women.
One of the many details in this case that makes me physically sick to even think about: the people defending this woman are demons. They're nearly as bad as she is. I can't fully describe the contempt for them. Hear that, guys out there? If your girlfriend is defending this woman or trying to have a complicated conversation about the lack of healthcare and the lack of support for mothers, she's a demon. And if you're a religious person, you know what being a demon means. You know how you treat demons. You know how we treat demons. These guys hate women. This guy says he's straight. And I know it's like not woke to like accuse guys of being closeted, because then it's like implying that being gay. I'm not implying that being gay is negative. I think it'd be great if he was gay. I think it'd be great. I'd have absolutely no problem with it. These guys just hate they hate women. I'm going to try and do a Matt Walsh impression. Myra, I literally, he speaks like in the back of his throat. I can't do it. I don't hate my tattoos or necessarily regret. This is just Alex Jones. Fuck. The tattoo thing is completely out of control. A majority of women between the ages of 18 and 49 now have tattoos. I have tattoos, and I'm here to tell you it isn't worth it. I don't hate my tattoos or necessarily regret them. I feel fine about them. But feeling fine about your tattoos 18 years later is basically the best case scenario. That's the tattoo ceiling. At best, it will be something you don't necessarily hate in a couple of decades. And that's fine for a man, because men can do what they want, but women are objects of desire. And women are here for the pleasure of my eyes. And so they shouldn't risk that. And Britney Spears shouldn't be free. And we should do public executions. Hang on. No, that's not my opinions. What? Oh, he's getting into my head. I'm not going to read all this. You guys can see that. That seems like the biggest straw man in the world. Looking for help doesn't mean arrest me and take my kids away. And also, no. Also, no. If someone was dangerous, this actually happens all the time. If people are dangerous to their kids, their access to their kids is taken away. And the left doesn't freak out about it because it's like, it's like a criminal thing. Crime still exists, Lindsay Clancy had a psychotic break, which is why she planned the murder, researched her plan on Google, sent her husband away from the house, and then methodically executed her children over the course of several... Okay, blah, 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 blah. Women are evil, I get it, okay. Okay, so more women are irresponsible with babies. This is really weird. Are we going to ignore the huge amount of dead babies that come as a result of men losing their temper? That's dark. That's dark. Okay, next. This guy's even less relevant and even less charismatic. But somehow his shit's been filling up my feed. Annoyingly. It's Def Noodles. It's your boy Def Noodles. I don't actually know who this guy is, but he's the same thing as Matt Walsh. He's seen Matt Walsh's like new style of absolute hatred of women, and he's hopped right on that. Definitely a straight man. Definitely a heterosexual man. Women have killed 3 billion babies since 1980. Men have killed 1 billion people in all of human history. Let that sink in. Women are the devil. Women are there for sex appeal, as seen here in the background. I will use that. I will utilize that to my advantage. But also, women are the devil. And you gotta beat the devil out of them. Okay, some more Lindsay Clancy stuff. Okay, anti-woman, anti-current modern women stuff. Okay, more anti-woman stuff. Liberal women just want attention. Yeah, maybe. In my experience, the hearing that they just want attention thing from like parents is usually like abusive parents. And yeah, their kids are crying out for attention because they're struggling. I don't even get this one. Def Noodles, famously calm. Great AI art, great. Love AI Simpsons art, love it. Love it. Oh, more. You're such a victim, my man. You're such a victim. These guys can make themselves a victim of absolutely anything. Quick note on this. Why would you give a fuck what Paul thought? Why would you give a fuck what Paul thought? The guy who took like the preachings of Jesus, this sort of like free love hippie guy, who specifically didn't found a church and was specifically kind of against churches, as seen in his example, and he turned it into a church. Why would you care what he said? Sorry, that's beside the point. Oh, what a surprise. Stephen Crowder too. Oh, wow. Because that guy is known to love and respect women.
You are not taking the car. Because if you refuse to do wifely things...
I'm just going to lay out my opinion right out the gate so you know exactly where I'm coming from. And
what the fuck is this? Copyright infringement of Superman and Captain America. And what? Why? What? What? Oh my god, this guy like wanted to run for Senate or something. Good luck.
6.5 hours later.
The statements that Lindsay made.
My take, my ass. You're just reading AI the whole time, my dude. Come on.
Moves all the things around, maybe even.
Okay, so I mean, there's nothing here. That's nothing. Turns out he's a lot more tepid in video form.
Now, I'm very sympathetic to the idea that the drugs may have messed with Clancy's mind, making her even more unbalanced than she already was. As I said, the drugs might even be partially...
Yeah. Wait. Where's all this sympathy in the Facebook post, my guy? Where is it? I couldn't spot it.
She herself, Lindsay Clancy, that particular human, went into her basement and strangled her kids to death. She did that. Nobody else did it. She did it. And she...
Who are you arguing with? Who are you arguing with? A couple of women on TikTok? Okay. I don't know about never see the outside of a cell again. That seems pretty insane. I mean, it depends if she really did have a complete mental breakdown or not. Like I said, I didn't follow the case that closely, but she seems pretty young. But I don't know. I'm not a judge.
must pay for it. If her doctors share some blame, and maybe they do, then they should be tossed in the prison cell right next to her. If Big Pharma shares some blame, and they almost certainly do, then Big Pharma execs should be dragged into prison in handcuffs and let...
Okay, so we're just living in a cartoon world now. We're living in a silly cartoon world now. I see how you get yourself so worked up then. Because you're living in a silly cartoon where there's silly cartoon villains twirling their mustaches.
Leg irons. That sounds good to me. The more the merrier. But Lindsay Clancy, the killer of children...
But don't you get really upset anytime any kind of big executives or big money gets touched in any kind of way by the government? Man, don't you get really upset about that every time?
Pay for her crimes that she committed. That is the only reasonable takeaway from this sordid, seemingly endless trial. The psychiatric industry is a sham. They have no idea what they're doing. People, especially women, are far too reliant on these medications. And when it comes to Clancy, none of that matters because she is a murderer. At least to the extent...
People, especially women, are far too reliant on these medications. Okay. We're going to analyze that at all? That's just a very simple claim to put forward, isn't it? There's no truth value there that we can analyze. There's no sourcing that we can grab. There's nothing that we can go check. Surely not. Surely not. And if it is true, there's no... It's just women, I guess. There's no, like, societal context. There's no, long history of only men being allowed to be doctors and women's medication not being even considered, because everything was based on the human male white body, the white male body. Let's not even get into, like, black female bodies. Oh, we don't know what the hell to do with those.
Then it does matter. It does not vindicate her or exonerate her or change the simple and terrible fact that she herself murdered her kids. So the verdict should be guilty, and we shouldn't have to talk about this.
This reminds me very much of this so these larger scale right wing grifters who get more views and stuff, and have bigger sponsors. They won't delve so much into the culture war over movies. They'll talk about it, but it's not their main thing. But this is their equivalent of that, right? Where the culture war guys sort of act like they're a victim of a movie that hasn't even come out yet based on a trailer. These guys are acting as if they are a victim of a outcome of a court case that hasn't happened and is likely not going to happen. And most of the discussion around this case is about the lack of healthcare and the lack of support for women, because I don't know if you know this, Matt, as a man who has a wife and we have a baby, making baby, pretty tough. It's a pretty tough ride, okay? Not for me, for that one. It's pretty tough on the body, pretty tough on the mind, and you say you have sympathy for that, but where? I haven't seen it. Is it in the bookshelf back here somewhere? It's out of focus, mate. I can't see it.
Monster ever again. But if you ask women on the internet about this case, there's a good chance you'll hear a very different takeaway. The Lindsay Clancy case, like the cases involving Karen Reed and Tyler Robinson and many others, has become a phenomenon among women, particularly on social media. There are many women who have rallied to Clancy's defense on the basis of her...
What the fuck is the Tyler Robinson thing? What the hell? What? And I guess you just don't see all the men commenting, hey? I see a lot of men commenting on this stuff too, but I guess you just don't see that because you like men.
On social media, you'll find countless posts like this one from a woman named Katie, who identifies herself as a former prosecutor and says, I was a prosecutor for 12 years, 8 of them doing crimes against children. Lindsay Clancy is a file I would have left on my boss's desk and said, find someone else for this one. It won't be me. Just saying.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, no. A woman wouldn't want to cover something tragic. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's fucking tough to need help and to not get it. And as much as we like say that we're like all for helping people, the world is not really. We're still very new at this, like helping people. And you are right. The system sucks. Like you made a point about that earlier. Like the psychotherapy system sucks. Yeah, it does actually. It does. Yep. Yup. It sucks and it's very hard. And people, people can lose their mind and become less culpable. Maybe not completely free of responsibility, but it's a complex issue. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand this, Matt. Go take a nap in your little boy room.
Like, it's very simple. The moment you kill a child, my sympathy for you evaporates. Prior to that, if you're looking for help,
guys, I know this is dark and I know this is like sort of like taking a shot, but weird because you sort of have sympathy for the Trump administration and they've killed tons of children. Fucking weird, man. Weird how you can't have sympathy at all for a woman, a single woman, an individual woman, a human woman, but you can have sympathy for an administration that bombs schools. Weird, man. That's pretty weird, man. But no, you love women. You want what's best for women. I get you.
when you're experiencing something psychologically, I have a lot of sympathy for you. The moment you do that, I don't give a damn about that. Oh, she needed help. Too bad. Too bad. She should rot in prison. Let's give her that help.
And she is going to prison, so like, what are you whinging about?
Not in a jail cell until you die. How about that? I don't care if you're begging for help for 50 years. I don't care if you never get help. I don't care if every single person you ask for help looks at you and flips you the middle finger and says, get out of here, go to hell.
Do you not understand the context of like, okay, this fucking moron, guys. This guy's a fucking moron. Most of the people talking about this don't want her not to go to prison. They still want her to go to prison. And, in fact, Matt, the reason that people care about this is because Lindsay Clancy's not the only woman on the planet. Believe it or not, there are other women, and they're still going through it. Silly women. They should just get over it, bottle it up like you do. Go smash some little things in your little boy room. But yeah, they're still going through it. And they probably don't want to end up like that. And so by drawing attention to a case of someone who needed help and a tragedy came of them not getting help, they hope that maybe help can be offered to others in the future. And then you come along and you're like, no, actually, fuck women. Women are demons. And they, whatever comes of that, statistics-wise. Hey, boys? Hey? All right, I'm pretty thoroughly disgusted at this point, to be honest. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, just looked up Matt Walsh, Lindsay Clancy. Here's the truth about Lindsay Clancy. She's a monstrous child-killing demon. Matt's psychosis is real. Lindsay Clancy proves it. Matt Walsh blasts Lindsay Clancy, saying she's a raging narcissist, not a victim. This is disgusting. Why are women defending a child killer? Walsh eviscerates women defending Clancy. Blah, blah, blah. Clancy Walsh, blah, 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 blah. Clancy Walsh, Clancy. You get it. You get it. These guys hate women, and they are using this as an excuse to blast their hatred of women out onto social media, and I have concerns about the easily influenced amongst us. Not you. You guys watching me, if you found me, you're cleverer. You're cleverer than that. I'm not worried about you. But let's be honest. Just between you and me. Dumb people exist. It's rough. I don't want to say it, but dumb people do exist. People whose minds have been muddled by, like, especially alcohol. There's a lot of alcohol-muddled brains out there. Easily influenced, especially when you're preying on a bigotry and, a bias that they already have against women. That's a little concerning to me. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me on this one. It was a bit dark. Sorry about that. Hopefully the next thing I put out is more fun. is a bit lighter. Remember to subscribe, comment, let me know what you want me to cover next. I respond to a lot of comments, so hit me up in the comments, let me know what you want to see next. Let me know if you like this. Don't like... that's weird, actually. Yeah, comment. Like the video, share the video. YouTube sees all that crap. It sees you sharing it, it sees you liking it, it sees you hyping it. And honestly, I could use the help, so do all that crap. And join the channel, become a Patreon, all that crap. Love you, bye.